How do you do? So getting ready with my studio overhaul and making these videos regarding on the MIDI effects with different digital audio workstation and how it works. So this time we will look into Pro Tools, but I have already done videos on basically on Ableton, Logic Pro and Luna. And in this video we will look into that how to utilize third-party MIDI effects with your Pro Tools and how to set it up. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so I have already made a bit of background work, so we will get straight to the point regarding on the MIDI effects and how to use them in Pro Tools. Why would you use these type of tools is to get some ideas for your next project, and you know, they are good tools for ideation, but they also help you in composing. If you are unsecure with your music theory, they will help you with that as well and kind of get you going with different scales, harmonies, melodies, basslines, and so on and so forth. So let's dive into Pro Tools and see how it would work over there. So what I have done is I have created actually already two tracks. One is a synth pad and then another one is a bass. And for the synth pad I'm using as in this so that things are simple and easy. I'm using Baby Audio and one preset from there. For the bass, I'm using a Minimoog VST, although I have the real deal here. Just kind of make it easy peasy in that respect and focus on the most important topic, which is the MIDI effects. So this is representing the bass. And in order to kind of get it going, it's actually quite straightforward in Pro Tools. So you wanna basically then have the instrument. At least for me, it has been a practice that in this case I will put the instrument into the second slot, and I reserve the first slot for the MIDI effects. And when you basically right click, you can actually see the MIDI effects plugin or MIDI plugin selection from here. And you have of course the ones that are provided by Avid, but then you have also this type of plugins that are coming with your subscription if you are, for example, subscribed to Pro Tools Studio or few others subscription level. So you could basically use those as well. However, in this case I'm gonna just use a different plugin. In this case I'm using a Captain Chords Epic MIDI and to get it over here, and then now basically you are ready, set, go. You don't need to do anything else. You are pretty much ready to start ideationing and thinking, that what kind of chords and things you are creating. And of course here you can easily then ideate that, okay, should I go to a E minor, like do a first, fifth, maybe fourth, or maybe sixth, and then maybe going back to the fourth. So basically 1, 5, 6 and 4, and then of course here you can also do an inversion down if you want it to go down, and so on and so forth. So these are great tools to help you going. But now if I start to play, I can immediately hear my result. Of course I made it in purpose so silent so that it doesn't disturb me kind of explaining. But as you can hear, it plays all the chords for you. And so that's very convenient way of getting ideas. And of course they provide different type of progression ideas and things like that. And there are much more complex tools also available. Maybe we look a bit about those as well. I personally like these are pretty actually interesting, these Captain chords, as they are quite nice for ideation. And then for the bass, it's the same thing. You just go, I just go to the slot before my instrument and add a mixed in key. And in this case, they have a plugin for Deep Epic, which is basically for the bass line. And then I already, it actually synchronizes between, so it knows that I'm in A minor, and then it will synchronize, you know, the bass notes around my chords. So I don't need to kind of figure out that, and of course it makes things also faster. Then I can also go here and do different type of patterns, like 8 notes or a variation of 8 notes. So some of them are short, some of them are longer. So it gives you a kind of a certain type of a vibe. So, but you can also have anything else that's available here, of course. And then you can draw your own. So it of course allows you to do your own stuff. So you don't need to stick with the ones that it provides. Or you could actually also go and randomize and make things in that sense more interesting. Of course, then you can also move them up in an octave. But yeah, these are the tools that can be used to get ideas, and this is how you use MIDI effects in Pro Tools. So if I now get going, and actually I'll open up the both, so you see what's going on here, and I then go also and I open up I open up also the chord and harmony part. So now basically they both are playing, and then you can, you know, start adding maybe drums on top of this or so on and so forth. But these tools are extremely handy to get ideas, and as said, if you are not certain with your music theory, this will help you in that respect as well. Of course, there are also other plugins and even more complicated, so that you can actually use with Pro Tools, and so that's basically you know how you can utilize these different type of plugins. There are some interesting plugins. This is actually coming with, at least with Pro Tools Studio version, but yeah. So this is how you engage with MIDI plugins in Pro Tools. Okay, so that was a look into how to utilize MIDI effects in Pro Tools to get ideas, and also maybe support for your music theory if you need. Hopefully you liked the video. It was simple, straightforward to see and use MIDI effects in Pro Tools, and next I will go and check out how does the Cubase work with the MIDI effects, specifically the external ones, and what's the difference of using external MIDI effects in Cubase versus internal ones. Hopefully you liked the video, and remember to subscribe for the channel for more tips and tricks regarding on, you know, workflows, tools, and things what you use when creating your music. Thanks for watching. Bye now.